Well, finally, we're back for a new season, and a lot has changed since the last time we were together. We've had a complete squad overhaul, a mass exodus of players, and a new influx of young talent. We've had a tactical revamp. We have even shifted sideways in terms of divisions. We've had injuries to cope with, but we're back. Let's get started. Season 2, Andorra, starting right now. Hello there everybody, welcome back to the channel. Dodgy Gamer here, back with another episode 10 indeed of Andorra, and it's a new season, Season 2. It's July or August 2020. We're ready to kick off the second season of this campaign, and this time we're chasing the playoffs. Now, just to look at my profile before we get started, see, reputation is still a bit low, but I'm decent managing finances. Well, not quite sure how we got there. I think it's something to do with my pruning of the wage budget, which I'm going to talk you through in a moment. We've got decent domestic player bias, but I think they may be counting Spanish players. Reputation only 1.5 stars. We've got a Continental A license, no change there. So you'll see here the old financial graph. A big drop last season. We got investment over the summer, £1.5 million pumped into the club. It has since declined again. We did try to sort that out with some money spinning friendlies. I mean, you'll see quite a bit of red here. Don't worry, I think we've improved the tactics, but you'll see there was a match against Barcelona. We got Standard Liège, Red Bull Salzburg and Laskin for friendlies as well. We got Eibar, our new parent club. We managed to sort out parent club in La Liga. We got them in and we beat them 3-1. That was a great result. Also, we got a draw with Standard Liège, which was pretty good. We beat Lask. We did lose to Salzburg. You may have heard of the players who scored against us. Minamino and Haaland. They haven't been stolen away by Liverpool or Borussia Dortmund yet in this universe. So they did for us there. We got stuffed by Barcelona. Amongst the highlights of pre-season, though, we got a win over Real Madrid, and both goals coming from 2 of our new signings. So that was great to see. And then, as I mentioned, the win over Eibar. So, although it's Real Madrid B, not Real Madrid, we're doing all right against these higher level teams. Moha, Cortina, another new signing, and Akale with the goals there. Yeah, let's have a look at the transfer history now. In terms of the players out, this just shows the players that were transferred out. Mikhail Gafour had a pre-contract arrangement with Apollon Limassol, so he left. Zieduardo, we sold him. I mean, Zieduardo, bit of a disappointment last season. He's gone to Wards, so he's off to do the Liechtenstein double now, I think. When I switch this to released players, suddenly the list is a lot longer. You'll see some familiar names here. If you were watching last season, Mr. Magoo has gone, Martos has gone, Casa de Sus has gone, Gilmar, the error-prone left-back, has gone. Lots of players also from the B team have gone as well, and some youth players released, but quite a clear-out, which freed up a lot of slots in the squad and freed up some wage budget to bring these guys in. So we're just going to go through the main ones who I think are going to feature in the first team. Simon, I may have shown at the end of last season. Selfish striker. He's a poacher. He's got determination of 19. He's just going to be our guy to be the fox in the box and get the goals. He's got some decent stats elsewhere. Quite a few 14s there in the key areas. He's got a little bit of pace on him. So he's someone who I think can get us goals. Can get us more goals than the guys we had last season anyway. Ramiro Guerra from Villarreal B. 23 years old. Defensive midfielder, can play in midfield as well. All-round decent stats. Again, high determination, so we're looking for a bit more fight in this team this season, so determination has been a determining factor in my choice of player. Carlos Isaac comes in. Right back, can play as a wing back or a central defender when required. Again, he's got that high determination. 22 years old, so he's got a bit of room to improve and reach that potential. Decent-ish stats. I mean, he's not a world beater, but I think for the level we're at, a very good player. Brought in a slightly older head. It's always good to have at least one older marshal in defence. Ion Echiade. He's come in. He can play anywhere across defence. Unfortunately, he has picked up a couple of injuries. He doesn't have injury prone noted anywhere in his reports, so hopefully it's just a bit of fatigue at the end of pre-season, so his stats have dropped off a bit, but he'll be back to fitness in a couple of days, and then we'll get him on a rigorous training program. Calvillo, also one of the players along with Simon who scored against Real Madrid B in our pre-season friendly, so can play on the right side of midfield, can be used on the left and up front potentially as well. He's got a good pace and acceleration on him, so we'll be looking for quick balls out to him on the right. He's got decent determination again. 2.5-star current ability, got the potential to improve and got the time to do it as well. A player we brought in with a more defensive outlook, Alex Vaillo. He can play as a natural in either central defence or defensive midfield. I think we're more likely to use him in central defence, to be honest. But you see, he's got such great roles I love. Anchorman, halfback, he can play as a segundo volante if we want as well. Back in defence, central defender, libero. He can also play as a libero, which we have experimented with a bit in pre-season, but I think very good physical stats. Balance obviously needs a bit of work, but he's a decent player and we'll be looking for him to be solid at the back. And finally, this guy will be getting a bit of game time. Cortina, the old Ford Cortina, 3-star current ability, 4-star potential, still young enough to improve. Very impressed with his mental stats. Lots of yellow in there. And he can play as a playmaker in central midfield or as more advanced in attacking midfield. We've been using him both roles in pre-season and he's been doing pretty well. You can see down here, average rating of 7.27 across 7 pre-season appearances with 3 goals. Just finally, someone who's not going to be in the first team squad, at least not just yet. We did find a decent Andorran player. I scouted the Andorran leagues. Alavedra has come in, 21 years old, so he's already played a few times for the national side. 2-star current ability, 3-star potential, so not a world beater by any means, but a very good player by Andorran standards. He's in the B team at the moment. We'll look to loan him out and get him some experience elsewhere, but I just want to make sure he stays active in the game. So before we look at tactics, I'm going to look at my new favourite screen in the game, the team report comparison. I picked this up I looked at it before but never really looked at it and analysed it until I saw a video by FM Scribe, one of his tactic builder videos, and he was looking at, where are my strengths and weaknesses as a squad. And what we see here, if I just look at the defence first of all, now my defence, when I looked at this first towards the end of last season, we had that old set of players. My defence was by far one of the slowest in the league. We were above average on a few things. We were below average on a few others. Now we see, with the new signings, big transformation. We are the best team in the league for acceleration. We are also one of the best. We're the 3rd best for pace, so that's a good combination. That means I could, if I wanted to, play with a higher defensive line. Probably stick with standard for now, just because we had so many problems last season with those quick balls over the top. But we've positioning, marking, heading, tackling, all of those things, we are amongst the best in the league. Jumping reach, not so great, but we do have a couple of very tall players. We've got one of our players at 190 centimetres. Strength above average, but overall much better than what we were looking at last season. The story in midfield is even better. We've got 3 green bars here. Best at teamwork, tackling, and decision making. So we can get those 3 central midfielders that I'm looking at working as a unit. We can have, a couple of defensive-minded players. We can have them making good decisions, picking out those passes as well. We've also got decent technique for the division, stamina as well, long shots, passing. Those are all well above average. Good to see. Now, attacking, we do have a couple more below average. Long shots, not so great. Then, we'll work the ball into the box. Anticipation, not so hot, but heading, spot on. Off the ball movement and pace, very high as well. Acceleration is also high, so now we can be looking at long balls over the top. Now, physically, we don't dominate the division in anything. This is across the whole squad now, but you see acceleration, pace, well above the average. This was not the case last year, so this is something we'll be looking to exploit this season. On the mental side, look at that. In 5 areas, we dominate the league. We're above average in everything except for leadership. That's okay. I can let my 1 or 2 players with high leadership be the alphas in the team. Technically as well, on 5 skills, tackling, technique, marking, heading, and first touch, we are the top side in the league. We're above average everywhere else. So I'm hoping that we can get a bit more of an intricate passing game going this year and, work the tactics a lot better. Oh, did someone say tactics? Well, this is probably the main tactic I'm going to be working with this year, particularly in games where we're favourites or at home, playing with a 4-2-3-1. I had this idea that I wanted to work on some formations where I've got 4 defenders, I've got 2 central midfielders, 2 wide midfielders, and a striker. And then the final player, I kind of switched out between being an advanced midfielder, defensive midfielder, or a libero. Didn't quite work out that way, but that's what I started with. This formation, I feel, is a good one, as I said, for when we're favourites. Now, I'm not going to change the positions because I don't want to unpick my team for today, but this is another one where we just dropped those midfielders back. So 2 defensive midfielders and 1 central midfielder. You see, all quite creative roles. We've got deep line playmaker, regista, roaming playmaker. That has worked nicely in terms of just working that ball out of defence and then getting it out wide and then knocking the ball back into Simon with a couple of those midfielders rushing forward. So it's worked good from an attacking point of view. Also defensively, we've usually got a couple of those midfielders ready to drop deeper, so that's worked nicely as well. This one, I'm not sure what I was thinking here. I was originally going for a libero. I somehow ended up with something both strikerless and wingerless, but this one did actually get us that big surprise win against Eibar where we kind of dominated the game and won 3-1. So it's not refined at all. It's just worked on a one-off basis. I have seen a video by the Reckonist where he was complaining that just basically any custom gegenpress formation, no matter how wacky, will work with a balanced mentality and a standard defensive line and attacking line, which is what this formation has. But I'm going to keep that one on ice. Maybe we can bust it out once in a while. But on to today's game. We have the honour of playing the opening match of the season. All the other games are played tomorrow. So it's us, FC Andorra, against them, Lleida. We're away from home. We are favourites though. So we're going with the 4-2-3-1. We've got Simon making his debut up front. Also making their debuts today, Cortina. Oh, I'm looking to be the driving force in midfield. Yeah, nice one. Vallejo is into defence with Carlos Isaac. Also, Alejandro Perez, he was out on loan last season. He's now back in the team, and we're looking to develop him nicely this season. All right, so we're lining up against a 4-4-1-1. I think we'll tell the team that I want them to go out there and impress me, which has motivated one player. Fantastic. And I have faith in you. Go out there and make a difference. We've motivated most of them. Quick tunnel interview. I knew they were going to ask me about this. Ambitions of the chairman. I did ask for a couple of facilities improvements after we got the cash injection. They were all refused. Asked for a new contract. Refused also. But whatever. Our discussions are always engaging, whatever it is. They've got a player missing. Yes, of course. Anyone would miss a player of his calibre. Whoever he is. Anyway, let's kick things off. New season underway. Here's hoping for a better season than the last one. Okay, free kick for us. Cortina pings it in, and it was Vallejo. Got up for it, headed it just over the bar, but a promising start from us. Okay, the attack's broken down for Lleida. Perez kept it in and kept possession. Good bonus. Hernandez made the overlapping run. He's brought in Riverola. Riverola's brought it into the middle to Moha. Moha drives into the box to Simon. Oof, just shoots wide, but good play. I like it. Now we've got the corner. Riverola knocks it in, and it's a goal. Is it Simon at the back post? Yes, it is. Simon scores on his debut. Nice one, my son. And that was a nice simple goal. I've also revamped my set pieces. Maybe I'll show that off in another video. But we see Simon at the far post just slides it in. We've taken the lead. Okay, bit of a wide angle now as Ieda look to get straight back in it. I'm going to quickly praise the team. Probably should have waited for this highlight to end before I did that. But oh no, yes. That's exactly what I should have done. They've equalised. Oh, balls. Okay, we quickly switched that to a demand more. We switched that praise to a demand more. Thanks to FM20 who told me about that you can pause it, go to the tactics screen and just hit that cancel button as Simon fires off a shot. It's been spilled by the keeper and he's hit the post. Oh, that should have been a goal. But I've got to say, we are dominating at the moment. We are creating more chances than them. They've had more possession, but we've done more with the ball. Just unfortunate that they got that quick equaliser. We let our concentration slip. So I'm going to tell them, you've been unlucky so far. I could go with that. I think we will go with that. Ooh, didn't quite have the effect I wanted. I was dithering between that and, we deserve to win this game. You can still improve. That's a much better team talk. I'm not going to make any tactical changes or any substitutions. I'm pretty happy with everybody at the moment. I mean, Perez is looking a bit nervous, so we might think about taking him off. But anyway, here's Martinez. Zisku Martinez knocks one forward. Luckily for him, Moha picks up the loose ball. Beautiful run from Moha. He's gone all the way into the box. And, oh, we've got a penalty. Looked to me like the player got the ball, but, I'm not going to question it. Good on you, referee. Doing your job well. Martinez with the chance, and he's scored. We're 2-1 up. We're back in it. Good job, boys. Corner for Ieda. They knock it in. The goalkeeper's got it. Safe hands from Banuz. We got the chance to build something here. He kicks it out wide. Is anybody there? No. We're just going to let Ieda come forward, I guess. I hope we were going to close them down. But no, nothing yet. They're still just working it about nicely down that right flank. Oh, I thought we were going to dispossess them there. I did tell them to stay on their feet. Oh, and it looked like it was blocked. Cano got through, but he shoots wide. We're going to have to concentrate a bit more. Right, a couple of substitutions then. Bringing on Calvillo for his debut. Bringing on Villanova just for some fresh legs in defence. So we've got faith in them. Just as we've got faith in everyone else. Confirm that talk. Get out there and play. It's kind of evened up a bit in terms of chances, but we've got a corner now. It's swung in. Carlos Isaac's got it. Oh, that was fired in from the edge of the area. Who was that? He's got his head in his hands. He hit the bar, but it was a fantastic effort. Oof, we just managed to nullify the break from Ieda. It's exciting stuff. Even if we're not dominating the scoreline, it's exciting stuff. You've got to agree with that. Hit that like button if you agree. Let's try and get 20 likes for this video, please, and then we'll get some bonus international videos out soon. But oh no, here they come again, but they shoot wide. Their shooting has been pretty awful today, it has to be said. Goal kick for us. Martinez comes deep to pick up the ball. Brings it out wide. Hernandez made the overlapping run. He gets his cross in. It comes out to Cortina. Cortina back to Isaac. Isaac knocks in the deep cross. Martinez has picked it up, knocks it back into Calvillo. The substitute has done the job. He's also scored on his debut, just like they did against Real Madrid B. It's Simon, it's Calvillo with the goals. Look at that. Isaac, beautiful vision from him to pick out Martinez. Great control from Martinez. Calvillo just volleyed it in. Okay, one final change for today. We brought on Guerra. He's come on for Moha. We dropped him back a little bit into defensive midfield. Try and just tighten things up for this final few minutes. Oh, it's been a good performance. I'm pretty happy with how things have gone. But it's not over yet. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no, it's been disallowed. Thank you. Thank you, FM gods. Whew. Okay, we've got to praise the team. Come on, we're nearly there, and we've done it. We've won the game. In the end, the stats tell a story that it was pretty even, that Ieda edged it, but I think we saw a different story. They had a lot of wasted chances. I think we had a lot of very good chances on another day, could have scored more. Now that's good to see. Now we're the one of only 2 teams to have played at the moment, but we're top. Let's see how long that can last. Alright, so off to a winning start. New squad gelling together nicely. I think we've got a decent run of games coming up. We've got Hospitalet, we've got the Get-Go. We should have played them first from the get-go. We're favourites for both of those matches. We're also favourites when we travel to Egea. We haven't got any odds yet for Sestao onwards. Right then, we are going to play through. I think we're going to blast through quite a few games, and we'll come back. We'll come back somewhere around October, November time, perhaps. I'm going to just shift focus though to the Andorran national team because we've got the Nations League coming up. So we will be back for the opening match. This is going to be the next episode, which is only a couple of days away in non-game time. Faroe Islands we're playing against. We've got Latvia away, which is going to be one of our toughest games. Then coming back in October, Gibraltar and Faroe Islands. Finally, Gibraltar, Latvia. I'm thinking about doing the whole thing. We'll do 2 match episodes for those because there's less to talk about with the national team. So we'll try and get 2 matches in per episode. If you would like to see that, please smash that like button. Hit 20 likes, and that's definitely what we'll do. And we'll get those 3 episodes out as soon as possible in the next week. We'll get them out if we can hit that like target today. And then, once we've got those out of the way, we'll come back to FC Andorra, which means by that time we'll be up to November, December time. Maybe for this game in early December. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it's going. Please do hit that like button, as I said. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Drop me a comment as well. Always love to get that interaction. I'm Dodgy Gamer. Thank you very much for watching.